LAPD, they shoot the wife of Weezer bassist who was defending her home. Put it at full mask. It's very sad. So Scott Schreiner's wife was shot by LAPD on Monday as officers searched for hit and run suspects in her Los Angeles neighborhood. Jillian Lauren, 51, was treated for a non-life-threatening gunshot. This was at a local hospital after the incident, but later charged with attempted murder. That's according to LAPD. The information that has been released includes this. The episode started on Monday afternoon. This was about 3:25 p.m. when California Highway Patrol requested backup for investigating a 3-car hit and run. As traffic backed up on the 134 freeway, at least one suspect fled on foot. Witnesses told the local outlet KTLA News. Uniformed officers responded to the request for backup and established a perimeter in the nearby Eagle Rock community. While there, a woman exited her home holding a handgun, according to police. Officers ordered her, quote, to drop the handgun numerous times. However, she refused. That's according to a press release from LAPD, okay? So understand the source. Authorities allege the woman, later identified as Lauren, pointed the gun at officers, which is when they decided to fire on her. Once again, this is the alleged report. Lauren was able to run back into her house before returning shortly with the second woman, later identified as her babysitter. Police took both women into custody, transporting Lauren to a local hospital for treatment after determining she was not involved in the hit and run. So Lauren and her babysitter were released from police custody, although she was later absentee booked for attempted murder. Did you hear what I said? Absentee booked for attempted murder. But witnesses have highlighted a different part of the story. She couldn't see the police when they shot her, as she defended her home from possible intruders. That's what the witnesses say. So the wife of Weezer, Scott Schreiner, who was shot by cops, then charged with attempted murder, was merely trying to protect her kids from an intruder in her own yard. That's according to a neighbor who said she witnessed the actual shooting. The neighbor claimed Los Angeles Police Department officers failed to announce themselves, and she could not see them when they opened fire. And cops, now more concerned with covering their tracks than catching the real bad guys. Quote, it's not like she didn't have any reason to have a gun. The guy was there, end quote, said the neighbor who watched a stranger in a, quote, wife beater hop a fence into Jillian's yard. Quote, none of us knew anything. She's home with her 2 kids, end quote. The neighbor told the Post, adding that she didn't notice Jillian was armed, but thought she was well within her rights to be. When rock wife Jillian saw the intruder, quote, she basically admonished him and said, they're going to catch you, according to the witness, who did not want to be named. Here's another quote. I hear about 6 gunshots in quick succession, end quote, the neighbor said. The neighbor goes on to say, it went ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. There was just them firing upon her, end quote. The LAPD did not respond to a request for comment. She was released from the hospital Wednesday and then released from the jail after posting a $1 million bond. Schreiner offered an update on his wife yesterday saying, quote, she's all right. Thank you for asking. The 59-year-old told the outlet of his wife while walking for her dogs, adding see you at Coachella. It's a great way to advertise, I guess. Sources confirmed the band would still be performing this weekend. This is a hell of a thing. This is a hell of a thing. So the witness, who happens to be the neighbor, sees the whole thing, understands the context, and the context is clear. Nobody believes that all of a sudden, this individual who was minding an individual's business wanted to suddenly commit homicide against the police. No provocation, no interaction. She was actually protecting the home. Now, obviously, this is common sense here, okay? She has the right to bear arms. She's on the property. She has children in the household. To me, this is a stand-up person in an awkward and dangerous situation. Police misread the situation. Fire upon her. Thank God she's still alive. But afterwards, decides to do what? Afterwards, they decide to absentee book someone for a crime they know good and damn well was never committed. And here's why. I believe it's a bad faith arrest. If the police believe somebody attempted to murder them, you would have SWAT, helicopters, no-knock warrants. It would be hell. There's no absentee booking. All right. You have some thoughts.
This story, when I first read it, I think it was yesterday when it first came out, it was confusing. Admittedly, I just skimmed it, but I just clicked on the headline because Weezer was in it. But like, wow, this story to me exemplifies the fact that justice, as it is practiced in the world, or in this country today, I should say, is fickle. And sometimes it's just dumb, as in it's lacking in common sense. We can read and understand what actually happened here. It was a very sad misunderstanding, one that unfortunately involved a deadly weapon. Thankfully, the woman was only injured and she wasn't killed. But yet, this woman who is obviously just protecting her home, the home that she was right to believe was under threat, this woman gets shot and then is absentee booked for attempted murder. Like, are you joking? This is why it's so hard for people to respect cops and police work, because while there are those cops who are doing their best to do well at their jobs and serve and protect their communities, just like the cop we just covered in the last story, you hear too many stories like this one. Frankly, one of these stories is too many. There's just too many stories where cops are acting foolishly because they can, or because they're scared of the consequences against them for their own actions. We keep hearing about how brave you have to be a cop. But all I see here in this story is cowardice from those cops. Bravery encompasses more than just running after bad guys with a deadly weapon. It also means owning up to your own mistakes and not destroying other people's lives just because you're scared that you're going to get in some trouble.
There you go. Well said. We will bring updates as they come.